Hi there, Dr. Gary here on the road. We sell dental practices nationwide. We are dental practice brokers. I was a dentist for 25 years, now doing the brokerage for 16 years. Today's topic is attention sellers of dental practices. When should you stop talking to the buyer and let the attorneys negotiate? This is an important point. We'll get into this. But before we do, as you know, we now have 10 employees. We're in 25 states, and we are working every day. And every day except Christmas and Easter. You can reach us at 201-663-0935 or our website, dentalpracticeguide.com or nationwide dentalpracticebrokers.com. Just give us a call, even if you want some free advice. We don't charge for that. Our phone number is answered every day, so call us. Even when I do the lecture cruises now, and we're accredited by Academy of General Dentistry for continuing education. Come on our cruises with me. Next one leaving January 12th. But everything you're about to hear now is for entertainment purposes. It's not legal or business advice. If any of you have the large practice, over 1 million, 4 or 5 operatories or more, think about maybe a good candidate to work for, to sell to one of the DSOs. Some of them are quite honorable, and we know who the best ones are, and we can help guide you. Often they'll pay our commission too, so it makes it easier. And if you have a practice that's selling for over $1 million and closes for over $1 million, we will reimburse your legal fees. So give us a call on that. We could talk to you about that. Anyway, you really have to stop. When do you stop talking to the buyer and the seller and going back and forth? That in the initial communication, certainly you're talking to each other, you're getting a comfort level with each other. Very important, certainly, because the seller essentially, of course, they want their top dollar, but they also want to sell to somebody they're more comfortable with. And they'll sell for less sometimes, certainly, if they're comfortable with somebody. And that's important. But you establish a professional relationship in the beginning. Sure, you can go out to dinner, but you don't want to have too much contact with buyer and seller at one point. And that's going to be when you approach the letter of intent time, when the buyer's ready to make an offer. After that, you have to just cut your conversation way down, because you probably have a good relationship with the buyer or the seller right now, and you don't want that to interfere with anything. You want to keep that going. So let it go. Stop talking to the buyer. Stop communicating with the buyer. Not that you can't be cordial and so forth, and discuss some mundane topics, but you don't want to discuss business, financials, offers. You don't want to get into that. You've got to let go and let the attorneys take over. And I myself, I'm closely engaged in these deals. But there's the time when I stop talking, and you must let the attorneys talk, because they may be saying things to each other that I'm not privy to, or whatever. The worst is when the buyer and the seller think they're going to make a separate agreement, and they don't inform the brokers or the attorneys. That is a nightmare. You can't do that. And it gets too tense. What happens with attorneys, they know how to keep their eye on the target, and there are no emotions with the attorneys. Hopefully you're using the dental attorney, as I've told you hundreds of times. Nightmares when you don't do it. So you have to stop talking. I have 2 cases right now. It is intense, with the buyer and seller going back and forth, starting accusing each other of things. Even we're beyond contract time. You know, we're ready to go to closing. These buyer and the seller are communicating to each other, and it's leading into problems because of anxiety. It's emotions. It's so much going on. Stop talking. And even though you're a qualified dentist and you're intelligent and you put deals together and you know what you're doing, and you're on top of your game and you're successful, doesn't mean that you're going to run this deal, because just don't do it. Don't get involved. in this. This is really important. I can't tell you how important it is. You cannot let the conversation start filtering out. It has to be focused. You've got to have attorney to attorney. If there are issues and they need you to engage the buyer, hey, sometimes that happens. You need to engage the seller. You need to engage the buyer. I mean, that happens sometimes, but it's rare that we need the seller to do direct contact. But you stay out of the conversation. I am in the middle of this right now. It is a headache because the buyer and seller are bickering. This is after letter of intent, as I say. You can't have these things. You cannot have these things. It cannot happen. You got to stay away from that. And both, I don't know where these deals are going to go because we're at the end, approaching closing, and you have this communication and separate deals the buyer and the seller are trying to put together. It's just a nightmare. It's like I'm saying to the seller, what did you do? What did you say? What was the agreement? What happened between the two of you? Did you inform me, the broker? Did you inform the attorneys what's going on? Who said what? You lose track of the negotiation. You can't do that. This happens time and time again. You could blow the deal. There's a lot of emotions in this stuff. And you start getting involved and going at it with each other. Man, this leads to problems. I just can't tell you. Separate yourself from that. You and the buyer can be friends forever. You can go out to dinner every other night forever after the closing. You can go on vacation together forever. Do whatever you want, but wait till the closing's done. Okay? Believe me, sometimes you have to keep your mouth quiet. All right? And your attorneys will tell. When? I'd like to repeat, right around the time of the buyer is about to present the the letter of intent, or the buyer's about to sign that or contract. It's more the letter of intent stage. Stop talking. Stop talking. All right? Essential information only has to be exchanged. Don't start calling each other. It is leading to significant problems right now. And 2 different deals, I'm in the middle of it, and it is problems. So don't do that. Okay? You have a lifetime to communicate to each other after the closing. Thank you for listening. Hit the subscribe button if you like what you hear. As you know, we are accredited now for continuing education, and we just came back from the Japan cruise, and then we have the other cruise coming up. That is the Miami-Nassau private island coming up on around January 13th, around there. Oh, we're going to have a great time. We're bringing a couple sellers along that sold some big practices. We're giving them a little treat. And I'm not sure how many. I think there's 12 people, 14 people so far. No, more than that maybe. Last time we had 18 people. But we have so much fun. And if you like buffets, I go crazy over those buffets. It's a lot of fun. We eat dinner together every night, exchange a lot of information. Cocktail seminars with relaxed atmosphere. But you gain tremendous information and share a lot. So give me a call. We can talk about it. Thank you for listening. Hope to speak to you all soon. And away we go. I hope this is going to be a great summer. I'm so excited.